Si sigues a cualquier jugador de Smash Ultimate de Chicago en Twitter, probablemente hayas visto un gráfico de Top 8 posteado con muchas respuestas y retweets que dicen solo una palabra: Ikan. Para la mayoría de los espectadores, esta tradición parece ser incomprensible, pero para Chicago es una señal de respeto y apoyo al jugador en crecimiento más notable. Ikan S, el actual número 1 de Chicago y el mejor jugador solo Ryu de Norteamérica, que atrajo reflectores a inicios de año con un 17º lugar en Glitch Infinite de febrero y un 9º lugar en Genesis 8, obteniendo victorias sobre jugadores como Pelly, Skittles, Johnny, Leon, Kurama, Isam y Cosmos. Pero no te equivoques, Ikan y sus actuaciones notables no salieron de la nada. De hecho, su carrera lleva años e incluye un nicho de Smash competitivo que uno no esperaría que diera a jugadores top. PG Stats llevó a Trade War, organizador de torneos de Chicago, a entrevistar a una de las estrellas del oeste medio para tener una profunda introspección en el main Ryu de Chicago, su trasfondo, historia y perspectiva de competencia. Ikan inició en Smash de la misma forma que muchos jugadores: un regalo de Navidad.
Picture your classic second grade elementary school student. It's 2009 or so, 2010. Brawl had come out around a year ago. It's Christmas morning. Obviously, every family of Gen Z always has that Nintendo Wii, always just chilling out, those dusted off Wiis, right? What was then the peak console, right? For Christmas of that year, my family got a load of Wii games. And we got, one of them was actually Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
De niño, jugó Brawl casualmente, con objetos encendidos y jugando como un niño lo hace. Usaba a Sonic y a Lucas, dos personajes muy diferentes al artista marcial avienta Hadoukens con el que Ikan se quedaría. Conforme creció, sin embargo, se alejó del Smash, jugando otros juegos hasta que salió Smash 4. Lo jugaría en la casa de un amigo y descubriría una nueva pasión.
Friend's place, and he starts talking about Apex 2015. I'm like, what's Apex 2015? Only one of the most legendary Smash tournaments of all time, right? So he tells me, oh, you'll never beat some of these top players, right? You can beat me, but you can't beat them. I eventually get used to competitive Smash, and I'm a very competitive person as is. So seeing these YouTube videos about guides to beat your friends and get better at the game, that was always really exciting to me.
Aunque tuvo la chispa competitiva y vio el Smash competitivo de 2014 a 2016, hubieron muchos problemas logísticos para que Ikan iniciara su carrera competitiva. En ese entonces, Ikan era muy joven, dejando fuera de la mesa el viajar a torneos offline. Además, comprar un Wii U tan tarde en la vida de la consola para jugar un solo juego no era un prospecto atractivo para él. De todas formas, competía activamente en brackets de Smash 4, solo que no el Smash 4 en el que estás pensando. Cuando la gente escucha las palabras Smash 4, piensan en muchas cosas. Algunos piensan en movimientos especiales, otros piensan en la victoria de The Boss en 2GG Civil War, y muchos más pueden pensar en Bayonetta. No importa dónde fue tu mente, seguro pensaste en Smash 4 para el Wii U. Es sencillo olvidar que no solo hubieron dos juegos de Smash 4, también que Smash 4 para el 3DS fue el que se vendió mejor por un gran margen. Y si hay algo que la historia de Smash nos ha enseñado, si hay Smashers, querrán saber quién es el mejor. Y la escena Wi-Fi del 3DS no era diferente.
I want to fight better people. And I heard for glory and for fun at the time, these online modes, they were okay. But I wanted to fight better people without, I'm a minor, I couldn't really leave the house too often. I wanted to have the comfort of fighting new people, and Wi-Fi was the perfect avenue to do that. So what happened was I eventually got on, right? No money for online at the time, just started playing online, started joining Anther's Ladder, was a big thing everyone was advertising in around 2016. Got to play a lot of Anther sets versus a lot of great people.
Y así comenzó a competir, específicamente en Wi-Fi de Smash 4 para el 3DS, con Ryu, el cual eligió porque sus viejos mains de Smash 4, Sonic y Shulk primordialmente, les costaba quitar vidas. Cuando Ryu salió como DLC, se enamoró, tanto de su facilidad para asegurar vidas en porcentajes bajos con un Shoryuken, y de las oportunidades de movilidad únicas como Focus Attack Dash Cancel. Cuando salió Ultimate, Ikan quería saltar a competir presencialmente, pero la falta de un vehículo y lo demandante de las aplicaciones de universidad volvían el competir incluso en su región algo muy difícil. Aún siendo del norte de California, hogar de Genesis, con una comunidad viva de Smash local, solo pudo salir a 6 o 7 brackets locales ahí, pero aún se pudo alinear con su viejo mantra de practicar en línea y jugar en arenas en línea. Luego de graduarse de la preparatoria, se mudó a Chicago para la universidad, y cuando la competencia presencial regresó en la primavera de 2021, él pasó su tiempo en locales de la ciudad, obteniendo práctica constante presencial y estableciéndose a sí mismo como una amenaza de brackets. El torneo revelación de Ikan, sin embargo, llegaría en Ignition. Ignition es el semanal más grande de Chicago, y suele juntar gran talento del medio oeste cada miércoles. Su reputación de competencia de alto octanaje significó que cuando Ignition 225, el primer Ignition en más de un año, fue anunciado para el 6 de julio de 2021, el talento de todo el medio oeste vino a competir, específicamente Ned, Apollo Kage y Mysterica, los top 1 de Chicago, San Luis e Indiana respectivamente, entre sus 215 jugadores. Acerca de Ikan, que estaba sembrado número 17, bueno, dejaremos que él lo explique.
Well, that was a very special day. It was the most stacked summer tournament come to date, right? I was seated, do all right, top 16, right? For a major, this was like a major in my mind because I had never been to anything bigger than around 50 to 70 man locals. First Ignition back was amazing. I go into losers really early, not early, but when I was supposed to. I eventually make it to top 16. If I remember the run completely, it was Demitis to make top 16, into Panda Bear, into I believe Cyber or SNES, those two, right? Into, I believe, Sam T. Silver run back in losers quarters to eventually make it to top 4, make it on stream at Ignition for the first time, or second time actually, I lost to Sam T. But the first Ignition W on stream versus Mysterica before falling to Ned 1-3.
Yep.
So I remember that run very fondly because this is my local now. This is what I would consider my home region. And that run was spectacular because I was not expecting to do as well as I did. And sure enough, things just kind of fell underway and suddenly get third at one of the most stacked Chicago tournaments to date.
Ese Ignition fue la primera vez que Ikan jugó contra Ned, el top 1 de Chicago por años y un jugador legendario por sí mismo. Haciéndose un nombre en Smash 4 con Cloud, Ned empezó a poner a Chicago en el mapa con grandes posiciones en Majors, una inercia que continuó en Ultimate y le llevó a quedar rankeado 37 en el PGR de otoño 2019. Y para Ikan, Ned era uno de esos nombres legendarios que veía en Smash 4 al crecer.
I watched a lot of Smash 4 even when I was doing the Wi-Fi days. Ned was always a name that was there. His Smash 4 Cloud was legendary. Seeing somebody like that play in a region that's, obviously locals from you, you've seen the history, the things that he has done. He's beaten top players in 4, top players in Ultimate, right? Such a very strong, proficient player who rose up through the ranks, right? My run was so crazy at Ignition that the first time I was sitting down, I was like, oh, I have to fight Ned? Like, Ned? This is a legendary name that I've seen and heard so much about. The time frame as well was very exciting. It was July of 2021, 1 month after offline events are back. The first time I fought Ned, I was like, wow, this is a skill gap, but I know that this is accessible and my character and my playstyle can eventually overcome this style, right? Eventually, Ned and I would play multiple other times. He played a second time at Tri-Point, and then the third time at Tri-Point, or second time at Tri-Point, third time all time, I eventually got the upset on him and I beat him in, I think, winter semis of that tournament. And that's what kind of started our, I guess, rivalry. I always felt like this was the guy who went to majors. This was the guy representing Chicago. I wanted to be there too, and I knew I had the capability of doing it. It's just a matter of consistency, practice, and mindset, all three very important things. I will have the utmost respect of Ned till the end of this game's time, and I will always really appreciate him for really being an inspiration for getting me to where I am today, and I hope I can continue rising along with him and we can show Ultimate what Chicago is made of.
Para el final de 2021, Ikan estaba rankeado número 1 en Chicago con un extremo dominio local, pero no había ido a un Major todavía. A este punto, Ikan se había convertido en un jefe secreto y héroe local, y el apoyo de su comunidad iba a ser críticamente importante cuando VG Bootcamp anunció que abrirían un compendio para Glitch Infinite, su próximo Major, para jugadores de Ryu. Preguntándole a Twitter qué jugador de Ryu querían ver en el evento, las respuestas a este tweet estarían llenas de tweets de una palabra, Ikan, y él sería el primer jugador fondeado.
I think the big thing was the compendium was this outburst of support that I got. And I was surprised at how quickly the first FGC player to be supported through the compendium was shocking. I got flown out and I was funded to go really like late December, early January. And I was like, this is going to be so exciting. After being ranked in my local scene, I wanted to prove myself nationally. It was so special because nobody knew who I was. There were just urban legends of this random Ryu player, right? And coming through and being supported by my scene made me really feel welcome in the national scene. I felt like Chicago had a stake in the scene. We weren't just a bunch of jokesters who didn't travel. We had a purpose to show what ultimate Chicago was made of. And being supported, eventually getting 17th at that tournament, was really culturally shocking because I not only upset my seed, I did even better than I was supposed to be projected, but I felt like I had walked through the door of this, top-level Smash environment. I had been following the scene for years, and seeing myself on a VGBC stream at Xanadu, where all this stuff is made, was new. It was shocking, and I was more and more thrilled to do it.
2 meses más tarde, Ikan iría a Genesis 8 en San José, California, en abril de 2022, regresando a casa en California del Norte en un Super Major a una escala que nunca había experimentado antes. Al iniciar el evento, sus expectativas eran llegar tan lejos como pudiera por su bracket, y usar su megáfono para subir el hype para el juego salado de $1000 entre Andrés FN y Vendetta. Lo que pasó, sin embargo, fue algo imposible de predecir.
I go to NorCal and I go to Genesis, and this has been a tournament that has always been 20 to 30 minutes away, but I can never get to it for one reason or another. And the time had finally come, I'm not even representing my own region, I'm representing Chicago, which is kind of insane. The big differences that came to mind, obviously, Genesis is the Super Bowl of Smash tournaments. It's the super major, right? And I'm going in with this 17th at Glitch as my only major performance. I have no clue. It's going to be 3 times as stacked. So many great talented players internationally and locally. NorCal, SoCal especially, just great people. The big thing was I was alone. Glitch, we had 9 to 10 Chicago players out of a 600-man bracket. Here, there are 2 to 3, and I'm the only ranked player going in representing 1,900 people. But because of Glitch's notoriety, there were so many outsiders supporting for my run that weren't even from Chicago. And this was the moment, the crowd behind me when I was playing against Myron or playing against upsetting Kurama or Esam or Cosmos, Yanni, those runs, it made me feel like I had broken myself on a national and super major scale. The crowd built up as time went on. People had more eyes on me. I eventually made an amazing losers run, 5 or 6 sets in losers. I think it was Nito into French Leon, into Kurama, into Esam, into Cosmos, into Yanni, falling to Myron 1-3. Again, just like Ned, right? Falling 1-3, right? Yep. The improvement process and the parallels from the local scene to the super major scale. If Glitch was me walking through the door, Genesis was me interacting with the people inside the house.
Sin embargo, aún con su amor por la comunidad y la gente en la escena, Ikan siempre ha evitado el lugar central de información y discurso sobre Smash, Twitter.
I really don't like the time suck social media puts on people, and I think it takes away time from me doing what I want to do, but I don't really feel the need to participate in it. I will obviously still check Twitter for top 8 graphics or the newest gamer tech, right? But I don't feel a need to participate in that environment. Not because, Smash Twitter, it's, toxic, bad, everybody says these negative things. I think it's good for the scene to have a social media outlet for people to discuss the game, right?
En general, su meta principal es una con la que muchos jugadores de Smash de cualquier nivel se complican: consistencia. Especialmente después de su actuación sobresaliente en Genesis. En particular, Ikan cita cómo llegó al 49 en Low Tide City de mayo, una actuación baja ahora, pero un lugar que se esperaría de él hace 3 meses antes de Glitch. Cita la volatilidad de Ultimate y la cantidad de información necesaria como un gran obstáculo para la consistencia, pero cree que puede llegar a esa meta. Aparte de eso, quiere llegar a un top 8 de un Major como aspiración de carrera como competidor. Finalmente, quiere ayudar a que su comunidad florezca localmente, sea por su comunidad en stream o ayudando al talento de Chicago a mejorar y competir en escala nacional. En términos de sus inspiraciones como competidor, cita a los Ryus top de Smash 4, Darkshot, Locust, Shell y Trela, que le ayudaron a llegar a donde está ahora, de todos esos años de entrenamiento en 3DS. Más en el presente, quiere resaltar la importancia de comunidad, desde los tíos principales de Chicago, sus compañeros competidores de Chicago y sus compañeros de clases y clubs de la Universidad de Chicago, así como muchos jugadores top que ha conocido y con los que ha hecho amistad, como Apolo Kage, Ned, Andrés FN, Nito y Brr. Para terminar la entrevista, le preguntamos qué consejo le daría a alguien que inicie su carrera de Smash competitivo en 2022.
Keep doing what you think feels right and what people support you for. I think there's a lot of people that might want to backstab you in the back and might try and tear you down, but try as they might, you should do whatever you believe is the best thing for you to do. And if you have people supporting you, take them all the way. People are not supporting you, leave them behind and focus on those that do. You ever think somebody told me, Ikan's just a 3DS guy, he's not going to make it far in any Smash game, right? I've gotten that so many times. but I kept doing what was right, what was the most accessible practice to me. Do what you feel right, but don't be afraid to listen as well. I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't listen to the wonderful people around me who gave me the input to go even further. So listen to those that support you, tune out those that don't support you, and do what you feel is right and what is most healthy for the scene around you and healthy to the people supporting you. My religion has always been giving back to the people, and I take that even further with Smash. Help those that have helped you, leave those behind that haven't, make friends. That's what really it is. It's a social game, it's a technical game, it's a mental game. All of it is very, very important.
Ikan inició compitiendo en uno de los medios más únicos de Smash competitivo. Llegó a Chicago como el débil y se probó a sí mismo demostrando que hablar es fácil, ganando donde importaba, ganándose los corazones de la gente en el proceso. Meses más tarde pasaría casi el mismo proceso en San José, demostrando que puede triunfar en nivel nacional. Con su personalidad carismática y su amor a la gente, hasta su estilo eléctrico de juego, es fácil entender por qué Chicago no puede evitar llenar los gráficos de Top 8 con un solo Ryu en él con una sola respuesta. No te equivoques, este guerrero mundial apunta a probarse como un constante del nivel top. Gracias por ver, soy Tun y me puedes encontrar en Twitter como @tunlaguna. Espero que disfrutaras de este video. Te veré hasta la próxima.